Contact Gold is a Vancouver-based gold exploration company. I'm here at the Sprott Natural Resources Conference, and I'm joined by company CEO Matt Lennox-King. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first and foremost, tell me about your company. I would like a profile as well as an overview of your financials.
Absolutely, yeah. So as you said in your introduction, Contact Gold is a Vancouver-based resource company. Specifically, we are a gold exploration company. We're based in Vancouver. Our assets are all in Nevada. So think Tier 1 jurisdiction for gold exploration, development, and mining. We're a relatively young company. We listed on the Venture Exchange last June, so approximately 13 months into our evolution as a public company. Financially, as far as our capital structure, starting there, we have just over 50 million shares outstanding. Typically trade today in a range between 35 and 40 cents Canadian, giving us roughly a $20 million market cap in Canadian terms. Our major shareholders are Waterton Global Resource Management out of Toronto. They own 37%. Gold Corp, Vancouver's largest gold company, owns 15%. And then Century, the large mutual fund based in Toronto, owns 11.2%. Internally, as management and directors, we own 13%. And we currently have 5.2 million Canadian in our treasury right now.
And Matt, I would like to get a little idea of your background. You've mentioned that you've been at the Sprott Natural Resources Symposium before. So where were you before Contact Gold?
Absolutely. So I'll give you a bit more of a long-winded answer. By background, I'm an exploration geologist. I've worked globally, Canada, Turkey, Africa, but most of my last 10 years has been spent exploring for gold in Nevada. Originally with a company called Frontier Gold that was acquired by Newmont Mining in 2011 for $2.3 billion. That gave birth to a spin-co called Pilot Gold, where I was president and CEO for approximately 5 years. And then left Pilot to come and found Contact Gold.
You mentioned Nevada, so I do want to ask about the drill results from Pony Creek. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Pony Creek's our flagship project. It's a very large property position located right on Nevada's Carlin Trend. So as I'm sure most of the viewers are familiar with, the Carlin Trend is the major gold producing area in North America. So far it's produced over 90 million ounces. And Pony Creek sits on the southern part of that trend, right next door to Gold Standard Ventures' Pinion Railroad project. Our goals at Pony Creek are to drill oxidized gold mineralization, so which facilitates low-tech heap leach style processing. To that end, the drill results that we released roughly 3 weeks ago, they're our best results to date. We're looking at roughly 2.5 grams over 50 meters, starting at a very shallow depth. And those results do two things. One, I think they show the real potential of the project to host a high-grade, likely economic deposit. But they also show that our targeting model is very effective and working very well. And that gives us the confidence that we can continue to push the project towards ultimately a resource estimate, but also test new targets, make new discoveries, and create additional value that way.
And I understand you'll be presenting here at the conference later this week, but I do want to understand some of the technology behind your projects.
Sure thing.
So could you shed a little bit of light on that?
Absolutely. So within the gold exploration space or mineral exploration space, there are a number of tools available to explorers. In our case in Nevada, we rely heavily on geophysics. So specifically gravity, which shows you density contrast between different rock units. A technique called CSAMT, which looks at resistivity, so how an electric current moves through the rocks. That's also very effective for showing where the faults are. In any mineral system, you need some form of plumbing, and in this case, in Nevada, that's very effective. We also use really traditional methods like mapping the different rock types, soil sampling, which is really just collecting dirt samples and sending them to a lab, and rock sampling as well. Like everyone else, we use a combination of reverse circulation and diamond core drilling, and that's ultimately the real test, if something that you see at surface is present underground.
And last but not least, before I let you go, I do want to ask about opportunity. Now, people might be looking at precious metals as well as related stocks as being in a bear market, but
Sure.
where is the opportunity with your company?
Absolutely. So I would describe it this way. When we founded Contact Gold, we were looking for large-scale advanced exploration assets. We really believe, as many of our peers do, that there will be a production shortfall in the coming years. When we look at the production profile of the majors, you see that this year they produced less gold than last, and next year they're projected to produce even less. To fill that gap, they need to make acquisitions. And we believe that most of those acquisitions will be in Tier 1 jurisdictions, like Ontario, like Quebec, but specifically in Nevada. So where we are now, with a relatively modest market cap, a proven targeting strategy, and a very large property position on trend in the main gold-producing area in Nevada, we think we're very well positioned to capture some of that interest, but also leverage that into market value.
Okay, Matt. Well, thank you so much for your insights, and thank you for giving us an overview of your company
Fantastic.
today.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure.